Hi there. It is 10 p.m. Eastern. Woohoo! Past my bedtime. We'll see how it rolls tonight, right? All righty. I want to first say hi to Helen. I just been thinking about you and I see that you made it tonight, so I'm super excited about that. I also want to say thank you for all of your donations that have been coming. Um, Cena comes to mind, but I don't want to exclude anybody, so I shouldn't have said that one name, but yes, thank you so much, and, your support is wonderful, and I thank you for it, of course, and so as we come on, I wanna say, "Ooh, welcome to the West Coast," in the, United States because I mean, I never come on this late at night, but it's probably a pretty good time for out west, but I am seeing so many people from Pennsylvania. So many people from Pennsylvania. So, and I see those familiar names and oh gosh. Hi, Sina. Yeah, yeah, hi. Um, and Michelle up in Canada, and I wish I could say everybody. I've already seen a couple of people ask about the grid and putting names in. So, absolutely, if you haven't put your names in yet or your family's names or pets, please go ahead and put them in there and they'll go in the grid. This is my grid that is all about the unification of our humanity, our human selves, and our divine selves. That's why it's on a mirror. Imagine it is anchored here on the planet and it reflects our energy upward and that energy down here. Woo. And it's all about humanity and divinity coming together, integration as we embody more of the light of who we are, who we've always been, and who we shall forever be. We just have been told over and over that we are less than, that we're damaged goods, that we need to be forgiven for things and, blah, blah, on and on and on. And, when I started this 7 series, I thought, I mean, are we really going to do something, like different every day? Or is it going to be the same old thing all the time? And if you've been watching, they're pretty different. And yesterday's, even the energy and how the energy came through and my voice, everything was so different. And, I have explained about the emissaries of light. If you have questions about them and how we work together, I do have an article on my website, and maybe we can put that in the link or in the chat again for people just coming in and they're wondering who are these emissaries of light. There they are right there. So yeah, check out the article. There's even a photo there, an aura photo with me, and you can see that shaft of light in my field. That's them. It's actually over here, but yes. So welcome everyone. Here we go. What the plan is I'm going to offer energy. I'm going to offer you energy healing, and some of you know me for Reiki. I teach Reiki. I even have in-person classes coming up. Some seats are still open, so if you want, trek it over. Come on over to Michigan and let's get together. Let's meet and share Reiki together in person. Also, the Emissaries of Light, I actually have a live meeting just with the students, um, separate from the class time. And so I'll be channeling and offering energy to the group there as well. So that's just included if you come to one of the classes. So information of that, of course, is on my website. But those are the only in-person classes I have open right now. I do teach online too, but all right, it's all on the website. I feel like it's time to get going. I have no idea what we're gonna do. But we'll get started, and then, when that's finished, we'll come on and, we'll kind of regroup, we'll come back together, and, then we'll do questions and answers, and I'll do the best I can. Alright? Um, yes, we'll see how my reception is tonight. I don't normally channel at night like this, so we'll see. It's been a long day, but I'm pretty energized. You ready? All right. I think I'm ready. Here we go. Woo! All right. I would ask you to sit back and relax. There is nothing at all you need to do. You've done enough. Your entire life has been about doing. And we simply ask you to just be yourself in your own space. Let everything go. You do not need to look a certain way, to act a certain way, to have anything in particular in your mind other than one thing. We will invite you now to be a steward of your energy. As you are a sovereign being, it is your responsibility to look after your energetic system and your boundaries. And this is very important as most all of you are quite sensitive to energy and empathetic or empathic, highly sensitive people. And so, therefore, it is very important for you to understand how to manage your energy. And so, this is how we will begin this channeling session for you. And what we will tell you is that it is very important for you to have intention as you move about the world. Now, there is much talk about protection, and that is not our choice of words because it does provoke or suggest fear. What are you protecting yourself from? And what we would say to you, it is not really about protection, it is simply about selection. You are selecting your influences to your energetic system. And you might say, how can I do this? I cannot control others. No, you cannot. And isn't that a blessing? Because that means they cannot control you either, you see. And so we will invite you to always have an intention, whether you know the person who is offering you energy or not. So even in these transmissions that you attend with this woman that you tend to like and tend to trust, and we thank you for that, it makes our engagement with you that much easier. However, no matter who it is that you engage with energetically, whether it be for a healing session or a conversation, simply have an intention and be a steward of your energy. Your life force energy is the most precious commodity that you have, and you spend it in any number of ways every single day that you live and breathe as a human being on the planet. And please believe us, many are vying for your attention so that they can benefit from your energy. And we speak of the news agencies, the social media, anyone out there who is loud and who is trying to get you to scroll or give your attention for a long amount of time. Yes, we are speaking about this in our next newsletter, and there is much to tell you in there as well. But for tonight, we will tell you that it is very important for you to be mindful of your energy. And so, when you are going to receive energy from another person, whether it be an energy healing session, as we have just mentioned, or a conversation, it is very important for you to say what you are open to and what you are not. And so, let us give you an example. Perhaps repeat these words after we tell you, and then take this into your life. So the next time you receive healing or are in a certain situation, remember this and reclaim your sovereignty, reclaim your energetic boundaries, and you shall know sovereignty in a new way. You shall maintain your vibration, your peace, and you will not feel drained by others or put upon or increase in chaotic energy. And the words are these: I am now open and receiving the highest frequencies of energy that are in my highest good to receive at this time. It is that easy. That's it. Isn't that easy? And these words sound very easy, and we understand that. And many of you are out there saying, what will that do for me? That is easy. It's just words. It is not. It is not a statement of just words, it is a statement of energy. And so let us begin. Our intention is to offer you the highest frequencies of healing energy, including Reiki energy, an energy that you have not named in such a way, but the frequencies are here for you. And of course, your free will is always honored, always honored. That is our covenant with humans on the planet. It can be no other way for us, you see. And so have your intention to receive for whatever is in your highest good and nothing else. And then we shall have agreement, and the energy shall shine within you, activating certain energetic signatures within your body. Code, you may say, code that has been sleeping, dormant, not quite awake, because the time has come for all of you to awaken in a new way. The days of old have passed. The energy on the planet is ripe for you to blossom in new ways. Who you believed yourself to be last week is fictitious. It is true. The energies on the planet are changing rapidly. And this is a time of great transformation, as we have said many, many times prior. And if you tune into yourself and you ask this question, you roll our words around in your energy, does it resonate with you? Do you not feel that you were born to be on the earth at this time? Indeed, this is true, but again, we only offer. We are not here to convince. We invite you to use your discernment and determine what is true for you, what is in alignment with you and your current level of understanding. We wish to bring the energy down into a more relaxing state. We appreciate you listening to our instruction. It is vitally important for you to manage your energy. And so, with our stern tone, we wish to emphasize not only its importance, but we wish to emphasize the power that you have to command your energy and to choose your experience. And now let us begin again. You are invited to think of yourself as a small child. Nothing to do, no one else to be, simply yourself, and it is welcomed. You are free in many ways as a small child, and we wish to love you as a child. in ways that you are not loved. And we offer you the vibration of complete acceptance just as you are. No exchange in order to have your needs met. No exchange, nothing asked of you. From the moment you were conceived in this lifetime, we love you now. We love you then. Receive this love. You are perfect in every way, whole and complete. From the higher levels of consciousness, it could be no other way. Light in a body, pure and angelic. As a baby, you were light. In this moment, you are light. You are no different. You only believe yourself to be based on your prior experiences and reflections of your energy upon others in your life, and relationships with others, exchanges, wounds, negotiations, known and unknown. But underneath it all, you are pure light, serving through your vibration. And imagine yourself now being held completely in arms of light, curled up and held. From this moment to all moments of your life, you are loved, you are accepted, you are perfect as you are. And back in time we go further, held in the loving arms of light, supported in every way, cherished, back through the years of this lifetime, through every memory, through every decision you've made. We love you. All the way back. And we hear the words that you've sometimes said to others. And we feel and see the choices that you've made every step of the way. We know you. We see you. We love you. All the way back, all the way back to before you were born, when you were light. We knew you then, as we know you now, and we love you. And we could go on and on with you, lifetime to lifetime. It would matter not. Across space and time, there is nothing you can do, nothing you can say that would ever convince us you are anything but the pure light that you eternally are. Allow yourself to fully receive our love for you. And allow yourself to heal, to release, to know yourself as the light you are. Healing does not happen as a gift given to you. Healing happens as you align to your light, as you accept yourself as the light. You heal yourself as you align to the truth of who you are, who you have been, and who you will always be. For in that vibration of truth, all possibilities reside. Nothing is kept from you. And you may say these words if they resonate with you. I see the light of my true self. I walk into this light as the human I am. The light of my true self shines through every aspect of who I know myself to be. I embody my light. I expand and I allow my vibration of my energy bodies to operate in coherence with the truth of who I am. My physical body is an anchor, and as I embody the truth of my light, I accept myself as a vessel of healing for myself and others simply by being myself. I am worthy, I am whole, I am loved, I am love. We will extend this session into a longer version because many of you will benefit. We are requesting that you be gentle and so very kind to yourself. And though her hands drift downward, and the session shall formally come to a close, We are with you each, holding you, loving you. And we ask you to remember this, for it is so. And if you'd like to make your way back, or I'd understand if you just don't, that's okay too. But for those who want to stick around, we'll see what we can do about answering some questions for you. If you don't mind to put in the chat, though, how that was for you, then that would be lovely. Um, that would be lovely to hear your feedback about that. Yes. Mm. Mm. Ooh, yeah. Hi, Laura. Yeah, you know what? I was about crying too. Yeah. There was just the feeling of love was so amazing. And I had images of the arms of light just holding you and like in a little fetal, like you were, each of you were just a little baby. And it was just amazing. And there was the love I just felt was amazing. I'm just gonna keep saying amazing probably, but um yeah, it was really, I'll say beautiful instead. Yeah, yeah. Michelle, I got some very same messages during our Reiki share in the community earlier. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Michelle's in my mainstream Reiki community. We did a Reiki share earlier before we came on here. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for being here. And Joanne says I could see myself at, oop, shoot, it left my thing. I could see myself as a child being loved. So, oh, different than how it was. Yeah, that it was really, it was, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to put into words, but it was moving for me. But from where I was sitting was all about you and just I mean, so when I was doing that, I wasn't seeing myself as a child. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Megan Fritz Larson. Oh my gosh. Hi. Woo! Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. That's pre-pandemic in person. How about that? Yeah, beautiful. I'm okay. I'll be a little bit more focused now, but good to see you. So many familiar names in the chat. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, any questions? And it's probably I always kind of say this. It's kind of maybe a good idea to ask questions that aren't super um, you know, personal to you and maybe we could help more people by asking your question. Yeah. Was wondering it was confirmation regarding message earlier this week. Oh, wow, interesting. Yeah. Hmm. Is the mirror a portal? I kind of mentioned that the other day, didn't I? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to answer that question. I think it's in the chat. Metaphysical Angel says, "Is the mirror a portal?" So I kind of jumped the gun on my team on that one because I don't normally pick out the questions, but I did happen to see that. Yeah, so I'll ask them, all right, because why not? The grid is was constructed by their instruction. Did that just make I don't even know what I just said. It was constructed by their instruction? Oh, okay. So is it a so yeah, so the mirror serves as a portal. Yeah. The mirror serves as a portal, making the healing energies that much more available to those who are on the grid. The portal acts as a wormhole. If you're into sci-fi things, right? You might know that. But the portal makes it's okay. What so it's not coming through in their words like normal, but it's like pictures and information. So it's like that portal of the mirror. This is pretty cool from my perspective, but the mirror serves as a portal and it's almost like a vacuum, like less density in that shaft so that there's like a clearer delivery system with less interference and like no resistance in there so that the people that are named in the grid receive in a way that's very direct and it doesn't get diluted or watered down or interfered with the way like a normal grid would be. That's the explanation of that. So I yeah, I guess. So I guess the other thing I want to say about that is it's portal the way I just defined it because I'm sure that there are a lot of people that would define portal in any number of ways, but that's what that is. So it's a purer shaft. Yeah, that the energy flows much freer and much more pure in that shaft. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, thanks for the question. All right, so I'll be quiet now. Question. How can we deepen our connection with the emissaries of light? Hmm. So what comes through to say is ask with in earnest. I don't talk like that, so I don't really know what that means. It means without agenda. It means without agenda. What does that mean? Without, this is interesting. I think they said this, but it was a really long time. I think they said this when I taught in the UK. I'm having like a flashback memory. Um, but I haven't heard this in a really long time. Well, that was June, but what is time anyway? Um, but yeah, they say just call upon them, but have like a clear agenda, clear heart. It's not to do things like it's not to monetize what they tell you. It's not to, it's not to use them in a certain way like that. What's the word? Um, it's not to take what they are and make it into something else. Take it as it is, however it is, and how and this keeps coming up in every one of these live streams, but it's like, let how let how you know them be how you know them, because how I know them is unique to me. How you would know them would be unique to you. So our mission is the evolution of humanity during these times, all of that. And I know I say that all the time, so I won't go on about it. But that's my mission with them. And they always say, we are she is we, because I'm part of this group. I'm the one in a body right now. So I'm the messenger in the body. But my point in that is we go back very, 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 very long way. Now, that's not to say that maybe you don't in some capacity also, but that's for you to discover, um, whatever that might be or might not be, because the capacity that they have is not limited by this one relationship or one focus to help humanity. So you might work with them and you may have a different purpose, a theme of that, whatever purpose that is. That's how it comes through. But I hope that's not too confusing. So yes, yeah, I think I answered that. hmm Thank you. When you do a regular session on yourself, can you call them in for? Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know why I wouldn't. But they're with me they've been with me forever and ever. So, yeah. Oh, maybe you mean for you. Maybe you don't mean me, maybe you mean you, like when you all do. Yeah, I think was it yesterday's live stream where they circled around you, and I think they said they'd do that, right? I don't remember, I remember some of it, so I could be wrong, but it seems like yesterday, whenever that was, um, I think they circled you, didn't they? Can somebody verify that in the chat? I think they circled around and it was for your healing, and I think they said ask them to do that, didn't they? I don't know. But yeah, sure. Mhm, absolutely. Mhm. Yeah. Let's see. When you practice Reiki on others and get a visual of an image or word that comes to you, is that the energy of the other person? Or is it the energy of the shared field? How do you interpret? Very carefully. Um, well, I mean, it's such it's such an evolving process. I mean, if you asked me that 10 years ago, I'd have told you, I a different answer. And so my answer today is going to be kind of different. And it's hard to answer that because everybody's kind of different. Um, and they're at different places in their own journey about that, about how they're receiving information. But all right, let me review this again. When you practice again, get a visual or of an image word that comes to you, is that the energy of the other person or is the energy in the share? Oh, well, everything's shared. There is no separation at all. It's all the unified field. But if you're going to say, is that like mm, yeah. Um, it can be anything. So okay. So it can really be anything. It can be a reflection of, it could be telepathy. It could be something in their field you're picking up. It could be random, maybe there's another energy in the room and you're not aware of it. Um, so it could be any number of things. And that's why I always say you need to ask questions. So how do you interpret it? you ask questions. And then by the answers that you receive, that further defines it, you see, because we don't want to leave it up to our imagination. We don't want to really interpret it. We want to answer the question. And then it's knowing. It's not guessing. An interpretation is a bit like guessing to me. And I try and stay away from that. People say, "Oh, I saw purple. What does that mean?" Or there was a comment on the YouTube channel I happened to see. I try to look at comments and things, and I see them sporadically. A woman said that she was doing a video and she saw an owl, and it was very, very vivid, and she described it. And then she asked, "What does that mean?" It's like, well, I'm not going to tell you what it means. She said she loves owls. What does it mean? It's like, oh, that's interesting, right? Because that owl means something specific for her and how it showed up. And you can look in a book for owls. I have books. Like I like this book. I like this book. This lady was on my podcast a long time ago, Lori Morrison. So I'll do this and I'll look it up and I'll see it. And it's like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. I never believe the books though. It's somebody else's interpretation. So ask, 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 ask. Because think of the color purple. What does the color purple mean? I don't know. And the best time to ask is when it's happening, because you are actually experiencing the energy. You're actually experiencing the energy at that time directly. So you're the one to ask the question, and you need to ask the question then for the best, most accurate, and most available clear answer. The way forward, and I know that's a bummer, right? For a lot of people, they're like, well, come on, aren't you psychic or whatever? And it's like, yeah, but yes and no. I mean, that's not my role, to answer questions like that for people. I think probably there was a time and that was true. But the call, at least for me, and I'm not saying this right for for everybody, but where I'm moving is empowering you, because the age of the guru, I'm not saying I'm a guru or anything, but we have a tendency to look outside of ourselves for all the answers. And that's fine, because we need that, but then we need to move past that, not get stuck in that. So it's fine to look to others for answers and guidance and all. I'm totally fine with all of that. But know that you can develop that. And then that way you can become self-reliant and empowered. Yes. And you can. You really, really can. So that's my answer. I would just say ask the questions, and then you answer the questions, and then you hear and know and feel and whatever the answers, and then you don't interpret. You just report the answers and get a clear picture like that. It's kind of late for me. It's almost 11, and so I'm a little rambly. So sorry. One more question. Are our extrasensory abilities getting enhanced? This year I had a few beautiful experiences, foreseeing and telepathy. Is there anything we should be aware of or work on? Wow, what an interesting question. Yeah, I think so I'm asking about, yeah, this is a cool answer. The most pivotal, the most important thing that you can do is accept that you are evolving. Accept that your abilities are expanding. Accept that you are changing in these ways and welcome it. Now, some people will say that they might be afraid of that. And what I would say is, remember, you are sovereign. You get to choose. So if something's ever yeah, it's like I'm gonna say, if something's ever uncomfortable or whatever, it's like, you tune my thing is you tune into your higher self. You tune into the light of who you are, and that's what the emissaries of light always talk about. Because if you embody the light you already are, there's no fear there. And your ability to perceive, that is your nature as a being of light. And so as you embody more of who you are, it's only natural that you will expand your abilities. And that's your ability to heal your body. That's your ability to remote view, communicate telepathically, perhaps start seeing energy, things like that. So, the most important thing that you can do, what I'm hearing is accept yourself as evolving. Because, when because imagine the shift, right? Because even, and this is said with great love, Alex, but your question is, are our abilities getting enhanced? Okay, so here's the thing. Let's not ask it anymore. Let's say our abilities are getting enhanced, and that is picking up speed. And so I'm accepting all of my new level of skill that is at a pace that's developing at a pace that's completely in line and attuned to who I am and and my highest good. You see the difference? So yeah, everybody here with me, everybody that's going to watch this later, yeah, let's quit asking and let's just know it's happening. And that's the biggest shift you can make. That's a pretty cool answer. I really like that. I really like that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to I'm going to go off our normal plan here. A Beautiful Life says, "Do you think I can heal my I can never say that word appropriately, and I am sorry. Cerebral palsy. I'm sorry, it's my own thing." Um, I don't know. I don't know. But, healing happens physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I know that we've been conditions and what we go through, that's all been defined in the past. And I know without a doubt, just from the last question, we are shifting and changing, and our potential of what we can do and how things shift is changing. But here's the other thing I'll say too. The body has a way of dragging us really against our will, right? Into places we'd never choose to go by having a certain limitation or a disease or something. And that is an experience. And it may be an experience of great challenge and difficulty. And so perhaps the healing is perhaps not what we might expect. But I know one thing's for sure. I have zero doubt there can be better. I have zero doubt about that. Does that mean complete recovery? I don't know. But what I would say is, why don't we let that be a question that lives on? Meaning, We know the possibilities for great healing are not only here because we do see that sometimes, but those possibilities are expanding as the energy on the planet changes, as we are evolving, as we embody our light. All of that is moving in a more positive and healing direction. So I have zero doubt things can get better. Um, how they get better, I don't know. And so let's just be open to the greatest possibilities and walk that path and see what unfolds. We might surprise each other. We might surprise ourselves. And let's not let the limitations of past hold us back from what's possible and what's becoming possible. So I hope so. I hope you can, for whatever your highest good is, I hope. Absolutely. And it's 11:02 and I'm still awake. Thank you everybody for being here. Wow, I'll go through all these later and take a look and all of that. And I see some more requests for the grid, and I'll absolutely. If you've requested, you're in there, and know that we'll be back tomorrow. What time is it? 2 o'clock tomorrow. Is that right? Yes, 2 o'clock tomorrow. That's Eastern time. So I don't know. I don't know what we'll do tomorrow, but thank you all so much for being here. Oh, there's the schedule too for you. Yep. Everybody, please join in. And then tomorrow's Thursday, I think. And then we have Friday and Saturday too. Yeah. Great to see you. Great to see you, everyone. Sleep well, take care, and I'm just so thrilled to be on this ride with all of you. Beautiful, beautiful people. All right, everyone. Until next time. Yes. Peace, love.